Welcome to what might be this channel's biggest video so far. We've been renovating my home. It's not really a renovation to make everything look prettier. Well, I do want it to look good, but that's not the primary reason. But the biggest reason is because my life has changed an awful lot. Now that I live independently, which I haven't up until the last couple of months, as a wheelchair user there's so many things that just aren't accessible. So we've been slowly trying to make the house an accessible home for me, to allow me to live as independently as I possibly could. And one of the big things from this video is accessibility. For a lot of people, feels like put a couple grab rails in and bam, it's accessible. But it's not like that. It's looking at how someone can live and their access to being able to live independently, and all the different things that you might not think about if you don't have accessibility challenges. Things like, how can I get myself around? What can I reach? What can't I reach? Where do I transfer? Is there space for my wheelchair in this room? What makes everyday tasks so difficult, like hoovering or washing or getting a drink from the tap? But most importantly, what changes could we make to make this house truly accessible for me, living independent now? So, room by room, we've been making those changes over the last couple of months. And I am so grateful to all of the people that have helped along that journey. And because this is Honestly Cara, I'm taking you through the whole thing. Now, I have taken pictures, little video snippets as I've gone along, and I will show you that. And then I will also show you what my house currently is. The decisions and why I made those decisions. What did we have to consider accessibility wise? Things that went really wrong. And before and afters. I want to show what it looks like to actually create an accessible home and what living in it looks like. Rather than expecting the person that needs accessibility to adapt to the house, these are the changes we've made to the house to fit me and my needs. And by the end of all of this, because it's definitely not finished, the hope is I will have a home that is accessible, but not just accessible, a home that is mine and I can live with no barriers. So, welcome. Let's see what we can change. Okay, so coming in the front door, we have my dog's harness and lead. That way it's right at the door, my sport worker, or I can grab it as we leave. And on the other side, I've got my wee shoe cupboard with a wee boil that goes over it, just so it stays out the way, but everything is nice and easily accessed. Then into the hall, I have a lot of photos because they make me smile. So that's what I have as you come in straight away from the house, as well as where I put my keys, lanyard, and anything else I need. Everything does have a label because I like to be organised. Then we have put my bed across the back wall to allow the most amount of space for my wheelchair. Same with my desk, fully accessible from my wheelchair, everything I can reach from my wheelchair if I need to. Same again with the closet. It's at a height that I can reach, which is perfect. Then coming through, as you can see, I have all of my signs on the doors and things. That's just to help people coming into the house. Then we have my office, classrooms, whatever you want to call it. This is where I film everything. Also, I have my clients, take meetings, all of that kind of stuff. Everything that I could possibly need for a session with the kids that I work with is easily accessible both to me and children. So it's all on a much lower height, all accessible for me if I need to get something out, or for the children. And as you can see, everything is labelled. That again is so that children become more independent in finding the things that they need, but also if anybody's in the house helping me, they know where to look because everything's labelled. Then we just have our wee calming strategies to help children decompress if they are getting too stressed out. Then over into the living room, I have the wall. Now as you can see, there's a kitchen, but we're not going to go into that today because I am getting a completely new kitchen. So everything is pretty low. Even my storage drawers, they are all labelled and they are all accessible for me, so I can get to everything around the house. Then into the living room, some of my favourite parts. As you can see, here's a wee note to the new kitchen I'm getting. And along with Rocco's water and food. Now this has been a life changer for me because my support worker can fill it up and I don't have to worry about it. Then we go through into the living room and I have all my pictures. They are what makes me happy, what makes me smile, and everything's just nice and comfortable and all at an access that I can reach. Also, hello Rocco. He is always on the sofa, he is always wherever I am. And then we've just got the TV unit, which at night is lit up, as well as the back wall. All nice, calm, soft lighting as overhead lights hurt. Then lastly, onto the bookcase. All the books are children's books and games I can play to help learning and encourage learning through a more creative game-based environment. So that is all again at an accessible level for the children. Same with all of the games and all the textbooks if I am doing actual curriculum work with the kids. For watching this video, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some wee clips of what the house was before we started decorating, just so you can really see that big difference on what we've done. And as I said in the voiceover, I will show you what happens when the bathroom and the kitchen get done, because they're getting done at the same time in about a couple of weeks to a month's time. So that will be really fun. So I will add that at a later date, so you have to comment, subscribe, notification bell on, that way you can see what my kitchen and my bathroom that is getting changed to be completely accessible will look like. But until then, please enjoy some of the videos and photos that I took whilst we have been making the changes to make it an accessible house. Bye!